Welcome in live, ladies and gentlemen, to Cali's Best Radio Show here on Cali FM. I am so pleased to be here with you tonight. I'm going to be bringing in my very special guest. She is an up-and-coming artist here to share a new song with us and to tell us about her music journey. So let's go ahead and welcome in Miss Lady Kayne to Cali's Best Radio Show. Hey! How you doing? How you doing, Miss Lady Kayne?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful. How about yourself, Lady Empress?
I am excellent, even in these terrible times. I am so excellent.
Yes.
Where in the world are you calling in from, Miss Lady Kayne?
Atlanta.
All right. Are things popping off pretty good over there with all the protests?
Yes, the curfew is being heavily enforced in this city. We were actually discussing that right before I connected because, when the coronavirus started with quarantine, we weren't getting these text messages and we weren't being enforced to get indoors by a certain time. But now they are alerting people on the public transportation. They're sending out text messages. They don't want anybody to say they didn't know we need to be in the house by 9 p.m.
Oh, you guys got it till 9 p.m.
Yes.
Oh, you got it pretty good. We only got till 6 here.
Oh, well, let me tell you, even though we have it till 9, the majority of things here are beginning to start shutting down at 5.
Wow.
I'll
be glad when it's all done, but I think it's going to be some good coming on the outcome of all of this. It's got to be some changes, so we can't keep going like we've been doing. All right, let's go ahead and let our listeners know a little bit about you.
All right. Well, I am Lady Kayne. I dub myself a grind queen. I wear many different hats. Musically, I'm an aspiring up-and-coming rapper as well as singer. I do a little songwriting, but I also am a student audio engineer, and I co-own a recording studio here in Atlanta as well.
Nice. Well, that's a whole lot. How long have you been in the music business?
So I would say since the end of 2007, my role started out more of an administrative side. A group of us started a record label, so I kind of did a little more admin stuff for us back then. And then eventually I had a couple of artists ask me to do some hooks and sang on a few hooks. And then from there, really took that off. They wrote a lot of different hooks for me, and I caught the bug and said, I'm gonna do this myself.
What? So it just in 2007, you just kind of got pulled into it a little bit. You hadn't been doing?
No, the most music I could say I probably did growing up was chorus in school. But I did that to get out of PE.
Wow. Now, is this the music business something you're doing on a full-time basis now?
It is now. I had a 9 to 5 and I was doing this as well, but the Rona took my 9 to 5, which allowed me to open up and really jump in here. And believe it or not, the timing of that happening was around the time I was thinking about beginning to say bye to the 9 to 5 and jump head first right on in. So it worked out. It was a blessing in disguise, I guess you could say.
Wow, that's awesome. Some things are meant to be. Yes. And you got to step into that destiny. So for the listeners who don't know anything about your music just yet, what are they to expect when they hear from you? Is it it's all rap? Is it, hip hop? It's
a little mixture. Right now, my focus has been rap because I love spitting bars. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love looking like little old me, and then I start spitting, and dudes is like, what? So I love that. But I do sing a little, but like I said, my heart right now is in the bars. But I have a few songs I'm working on that are on the R&B side, but I do a little bit step away. But musically, as a female, I am not a female, and it's no offense because everybody has their lane. There are some females out here whose lane is truly to sell sex. That is not my lane. I am not a bad looking woman and I talk my mess, but that is not my focus. When you listen to me, I'm not going to be talking about how great my body is, this, that, and the third. I'm going to be telling you about boss moves I'm making. And if we got a dude that we're using them for, he didn't touch this body before he dropped them dollars. That's what we talk about over here. He's paying off of the thoughts of touching.
I know that's right. Off the thought, that's right. Exactly. Yeah, because yeah, you're right. Most of the females are, it's about that big booty. It's about that they had injections in anyways.
And that is a whole nother challenge for me, as it says, because I am not selling that, my path is a little different. The train is a little slower, but I'm cool with that because the people I'm seeing on this train is worth it.
Yes. And you will build a loyal following who knows that you're actually putting out content that, and speaking about stuff that people really actually want to hear. I thought it was interesting that you said that you kind of came into the business not like most of the stories that I've heard. You kind of liked how the music was being put together. So tell us, how is the music put together?
Well, I have a lot of in-house production, and the way I guess you could say I cut my teeth musically is back in the day, our group was about 5, not including me. And the way we worked every single night, we came in the studio by 7 p.m. and we didn't leave till about 4 in the morning. And we put on a beat, everybody in the room would write. And the only way you were going to get on that song, you had to roast the next one in the room. That's the only way you were getting on the song. And it was all guys. So that's kind of what I'm used to. That's kind of what I came up on. And, for me, I kind of have that same kind of process. We put that beat on, find a little idea that you might have, a concept that you like, and you kind of run with that. And, at times you have a little fun with it. At other times I'm mad and I'm like, oh, they get ready to hear what I'm about to say. And then at other times I'm like, I want to say this not just for me, but for somebody who might be in this situation. Everybody goes through something. Everybody, right? But, your story is different. Your path is different. What motivates you every day to get out of bed and grind is different. And for me, a lot of what I make is to motivate me. And other people like it.
Gotcha. And if it's relatable, then there you have it. Because like you say, everybody's going through something on a daily basis, and it's really true that right now, I think music is even more important than normal because we're like quarantined or whatever on lockdown. It's like, oh man, you can just lose your mind right now.
I took that, like you said, being on quarantine, and I told my family, because my whole family, we do this. And I'm like, we got to come up with something fun out of this. So I decided to do a little story time, come up with a few Dr. Seuss stories. I took some of my favorite Dr. Seuss stories and put them to some popular beats. I did Green Eggs and Ham to Roddy Ricch the Box beat. I did One Fish, Two Fish. That's a Meek Mill beat, right? And then I did Hop on Pop. That's a Future beat. So it spawned into some business for me. This is a little exclusive tea here. From there, I was able to close the deal with one of the library counties in my state, and they are paying me to do 45 minutes of this Storytime content for the July summer reading program. So, awesome.
So with kids and
I'm gonna record it, and they're going to use it to push between whatever events they have going with their kids in the building. They're going to be showing my video.
Wow. Well, congratulations to you. That is awesome. All right. Well, see that ingenuity. I mean, you just stepped into a whole nother lane of opportunities here.
I'm so excited. I'm totally going to have to send you the link to everything so you can see it. You're going to love it.
Yes, ma'am. And so as far as the music that you have put out now and the song that I have, Look Sweet, is this a single? Is it off of a bigger project? Okay.
It is a single now. I'm finalizing some songs to really say a full-fledged project, but I'm not going to lie. It's hard because depending on the day of the week, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that, I'm feeling this. And it's like, oh, I gotta just put myself down to these songs. Like
the artists always have such a hard time picking the song. You're your own worst critic.
Right.
That's the thing. Nothing is ever quite
right.
But that's why you need your team and your listening sessions and all like that.
And I have a great team. They are patient. They work with me, and they are helping me with finalizing all of this. So I will have my EP out very, very soon. Very, very soon.
Nice. Okay. So, but before we get into actually hearing the song, I wanted to go back to, so you had said you're actually in school for audio engineering?
I'm kind of doing in-studio training right now.
Okay.
Luckily for me, I happen to have someone who's a certified audio engineer, so I could kind of get my hands-on training like right there. So I've been doing that for about 2 years now, and another little cap in the business hat. So
what is the name of your studio?
The Grind Factory Studios.
All right. And then where can people find the Grind Factory Studios if they want to purchase, some studio time or?
We have a website, grindfactorystudios.com. We are also on social media. Instagram is The Grind Factory CO. Facebook is The Grind Factory Studios, and Twitter is Grind Factory ATL. And we are located at 2706 Harris Street in East Point, 30344.
Perfect. Now I hear that Atlanta is kind of still the capital of where music is, to
a degree, yeah.
Yeah. So is it very saturated? Is it hard to break out?
It's very, very, very saturated. Very, because there are so many people here already who are talented, and then because Atlanta's kind of the Black Hollywood, so many other people come here saying, yeah, we want to get it, you know what I mean? But then a lot of the problems that we have here is we're told we need to come out to you guys on the West Coast to make stuff pop.
Really? Repeat that again. You're told that you have to do what?
You need to come out to the West Coast to you guys to make stuff pop.
The West Coast folks want to be heard over there, and then you guys want to be...
You want to be heard.
That's how that works. So yeah, it's but yeah, Atlanta is being kind of looked at like the Black Hollywood and everything, especially with Tyler Perry and everything. But musically, that was happening. That's been happening for the last I don't know how many years. I came out there in Atlanta. I think it was, let's say, about 4 or 5 years ago, and I don't know if I met any of you guys, but someone took me around to a bunch of different clubs. You guys had a lot of stuff going on. That's one good thing about there that's different than here. The clubs and stuff here, there's hardly any hip hop. There's hardly anywhere that'll let hip hop. Yeah, because they're always getting shot up, or it's always a lot of stuff.
Right, the stigma, that negative stigma.
Yes, they have the stigma. So, but I noticed out there were so many clubs and so many venues.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so at least you guys have that. Mm-hmm. All righty, so let's talk about the single, Look Sweet. What is it about?
Look Sweet, to a degree, kind of embodies me, I feel. That title, believe it or not, the original track that I wrote that song to, that was the name of the track. And I said, oh, I like that. I thought that was cute. And then I thought about me because, like I said, I have a real fun, public personality and, good time. And sometimes people take that as, oh, she's just naive. Don't try it. It looks sweet.
Got you. Okay, so this is not what you thought it was. Okay,
right.
She said it only looks sweet. All right, then. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it so that our viewers and listeners can take a listen. Okay. All right.
Bossing up on these pets, they talking piss, I'm out here getting look sweet, they ain't wanna taste what you can't, know the win, you ain't, no compete, you can't, so stay in your lanes, first place, you ain't, said it's necessary that I get a bag, ride dinner from the helipad, pick up 20 racks in a Birkin bag, hating Birkin bag, grind hard cause I ain't had no dad, grind different house to keep pads, dialed in for my comrades, stay full of low, little bad dad fat, so you don't wanna keep up smoke, you don't wanna take me for a joke, trust me, I ain't like the mother folks, trust me, I can pull up with the folks, I'm the one you don't remote, number one, never secondary, grind queen, I'm legendary, taking shots, scared, so they kept y'all doing unnecessary, little louder for them, in the back, never do no cap, never do no cap, never do no fast, bad, shout, instead of in the game, one of the truest, that ain't a claim, ain't a debate, stay in your lane, numbers on lock, check the campaign, bottle time, sip champagne, factory shit, gang, gang. All these piss, boss piss, they talking piss, I'm out here getting shot. Look sweet, but it ain't, wanna taste, but it can't, wanna win, but you ain't, no compete, you can't, stay in your lanes, first place, you ain't. I'm bossing up on these piss, on these piss, on these piss, they talking piss, I'm out here getting chicken. Look sweet, but it ain't, wanna taste, but it can't, wanna win, but you ain't, no compete, you can't, stay in your lanes, first place, you ain't. Look, Miami Beach when I hit the wave, my surfboard in the Escalade, lemonade when I been the shade, gotta win, ain't no other way. 95 right up with my baby, pass the cash back to my family. Rolled up and we killed the stage, won us back to they paid fee, on the road, interstate, did this meeting at dinner day, got the call, won't be late, two cap season, I'm one of the greats, under pressure, won't break, all gas, no brakes, checked in, first place. I'm a walking wish list, kiss list, but it's only one team that's in great game trust. Never get them confused with us and we bust. Say they need the whole thing, so we brought out the bus. Y'all do what I did it, y'all try it, I get it. These bags I'm getting, these ops I'm killing, these ops I'm getting. Don't know if y'all losing, know that I'm winning. I need a bag, I gotta eat. I change my weed 2 times a week, 2 times a queen. I need nice things. If I gotta hustle, if I gotta scheme, you know what I mean? I'm bossing up on these pets, on these pets, on these pets. They talking piss, I'm out here getting shot. Look sweet, but it ain't. Wanna taste, but you can't. Don't wanna win, but you ain't. No compete, you can't. Stay in your legs, first place, you ain't. I'm bossing up on these pets, on these pets, on these pets. They talking piss, I'm out here getting chicken. Look sweet, but it ain't. Wanna taste, but you can't. Don't wanna win, but you ain't. No compete, you can't. Stay in your legs, first place, you ain't.
So sweet. All right, Miss Lady Kayne, there you have it. She's bossing up, fellas. Now, tell us, where can our listeners find this track at?
This track is available everywhere: Spotify, YouTube, Tidal, Amazon Music, Google Play Music, everywhere, Pandora, everywhere.
On all digital streaming.
All digital platforms.
All right. So music sounds good. You said you're working on your EP. So this is kind of like your first formal steps, right?
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Now, are you producing your own beats in-house?
Some of them are in-house and some of them I do have outside. So I have a mixture of both.
Okay. And so you said pretty much your creative process is hearing the music first and then sort of.
Typically, sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I might have somebody write a song for me. That it hadn't happened in a long time. But sometimes it's good if you can get a different person's pen and perspective, because sometimes you might take what they write and switch it up. Sometimes you may spit it exactly verbatim as they wrote it. But sometimes you can catch a track and be like, all right, bet, I'm ready. And then other times when you have so many things going on, you're trying to squeeze it all in. But yeah, the process is typically pull up a beat, let's work.
Sounds so much fun. I've been in recording studios, but I've never really been there. Like my whole one time I just put out this post and I said, hey, I want to go to a recording studio where hit records are being made. I want to see all this process, and I want to see all this fun you guys always are having in the studio. You guys,
you gotta come to the A so I can give you a lock-in. We specialize. What we do, which is really where the real cooking of Lady Kayne got started. 3 years ago, we did a lock-in. We came in Friday evening at 7 p.m. and we did not leave until that Sunday night at 10. We didn't go to sleep. We didn't leave. We did 21 songs in 2 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we get in here and cook. Now, when that crew gets together, that's the no sleep game. When we get together, sky's limit.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Next time I'm out that way, I'm a definitely look you up.
Gotta make it happen. Gotta make it happen.
All right. So before we run out of time, I want to talk to you, give you an opportunity. You seem to have so many creative assets at this point, and I noticed in your bio you are also a radio host, a podcast host. Yes, right. What about your podcast?
So 2. One is Major Shenanigans and the other is the Party Team. So the Party Team is the more adult version. Major Shenanigans, no cursing. It's the family friendly show. We talk about the fun, crazy weekly topics that have happened. And I don't mean stuff in the news. I mean crazy stuff like a guy the other day decided he was going to quarantine himself in the movie theater in his small town and was able to be there for about 3 days and then got busted. We talk stuff like that.
Nobody found him for 3 days, huh? Wow. Okay. All right. And so what's the other one about?
And then on the party team, typically on the party team, I bring someone in and kind of chop it up with them, whether they do music, whatever. I've had a little of everybody on there. We talk about everything under the sun. It's no holds barred.
Okay.
It's adult. Like we talk about everything. It is not always adult topics like intimacy, but we talk about a little of everything on there.
Sounds good. Now, is this all audio or is it video?
Both audio and video.
Nice. Okay. So where can people view that at? Is it on YouTube?
Facebook. I have not really got the YouTube channel going as great, but on Facebook as well as Spreaker.
Okay. Gotcha.
And also, if you follow me, you'll see these things as well.
Absolutely. And so maybe we need to tell them where they can fan and follow you at.
Awesome. Instagram is at Lady Kayne, spelled LadyKayne. Twitter also at Lady Kayne, LadyKayne. And Facebook, the number 1, Lady Kayne, LadyKayne.
All right. And very easily Google Lady Kayne and she comes up. I did Google you. All righty now. All right. So have you had an opportunity to perform in any of the venues there as far as your new?
Absolutely. The last performance that I did right before the Corona came, I actually was able to perform Look Sweet and my other song, I'm a Boss, with a live band. And it was excellent. I enjoyed it. So yeah, I've been doing some performing, but Rona kind of came in and washed away the schedule to perform physically. But I'm always doing virtual performances on my social media.
So what do you like more, the actual putting the music together part or the performing part?
Both. I can't say I have one more than the other, because when I'm in the booth, I'm thinking about how people's face is going to be when I'm doing this on stage.
Nice. All right. Well, you got to get your YouTube going so we can follow you on Facebook at One Lady Kayne, so that a lot more people will be able to see your show. You have a wonderful personality. It's obvious, and I bet your shows are really fun.
They are. And I'm about to start filming a few of my music videos. I'm a Boss is probably going to be one of the first ones, and possibly Look Sweet. I'll probably be doing those 2 first.
Oh, that'll be perfect.
Coming in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, that'll be perfect. That's awesome. And so when did you release the song? How long ago?
Look Sweet came out middle of March.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right at the
right at Rona time.
Yeah, at the Rona time. That Rona.
That Rona.
So kind of off topic, but with everything that's going on right now in Georgia.
Yeah.
Have you experienced anything like that as far as the racism, as far as
yes. Last year, my husband and I were on the highway, and we were on, I don't know how it is in California, but here we were on the far left side of the highway. And typically when you get pulled over, they want you to go to the right, like on the shoulder.
Right.
And we were in that lane, and the guy, the patrol is behind us, but not directly behind us. So we weren't sure if he was behind us or not. And then when it was kind of like, oh, okay, I guess he is, because he's yelling on the thing, but he's getting upset. Okay, my husband's trying to jump over to go to the right, but he's trying to make us go to the left. And it's like, well, why? Like, you're supposed to go to the right so that none of us get hurt when you get out of the car to say whatever you say. And when he got out, he was like really aggressive, and he was a black cop. And he was real aggressive. Like, what were you doing? Are you crazy? Didn't you see me trying to pull you over? And I didn't say anything for a while. I was just sitting there calm. My husband said a few words. And I I'm just getting ready to try to say, well, hey, we were just trying to pull up. He told me, don't speak. I'm not talking to you. And I said, you know what? I was like, we're just gonna keep calm so we can get out of here. Let's just keep the calm. And it was like, my husband was like, could you just give me whatever you're gonna give me so we can go.
Yeah, all of them have that God complex, I guess.
Yes.
That they can just do anything and they can just pull up on you and ask you what you doing.
Yes.
They can just it's a lot.
The plantation mentality down here is real.
Yeah. When I was down there a few years back, I just really remember, and I was in southern Georgia. There was I walked by a newsstand and there was a paper that said Klux Klan rally on Thursday.
Believe you, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It's just the local. It was a big newspaper too, and it was on the front page. I was like, oh, we don't see this kind of stuff over here.
Yeah, you see that here. They still, it's beginning to be put on the news here over the last few years, but they still hang people here.
Oh, Lord Jesus. I'm glad I'm over here on the West Coast. We have our own set of issues, but
I'm trying to get to the West Coast to have your issues, girl. I'm tired of these, girl. Ugh. What part of Cali are you in?
I'm in Southern California, specifically in the Inland Empire.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm about 60 miles east of LA.
Oh, okay.
So, well, I've been here all my life, so I don't know anything different. But I thought I'd never seen a Ku Klux Klan rally on the front page of the newspaper.
I've experienced a little bit of that. Okay, growing up, when I was younger, I was probably about 8, and at the time, my best friend was white. No biggie. I used to kick it with her family. I never had any issues with her family. They treated me like one of their kids. But there was a time we went to the skating rink, and I was sitting off by myself, and I had these white guys came over, and I can't remember exactly what they said, but they wasn't coming over to say hello. Would you like something? And I was real uncomfortable because I was the only black person in there. But
it's not as overt here. It's more systemic and covert here than being overt. But hopefully, with everything that's going on, some of this is going to be no more. I mean, it's just too much, and the police brutality is way outrageous. But we look. You know what? If you come out here before I go out there, we'll have to hook up because I know you're going to be making some great music from now until forever. I want you to, just before we run out of time, go ahead and one more time let the listeners know where they can fan and follow you at, and tell us any shout outs you want to give and anything else you want us to know.
Okay, well, let me shout out first Grind Gang, Grind Familia, K-Tech, 2K, MJ, Bunny, Lease, Elika. I also want to shout out my guy, Swavatar Jack. He and I are going to probably be doing a versus. He's a legendary Atlanta battle rapper here, and I'm calling him out, and he and I are going to be doing a Facebook, I believe, versus situation June 14th.
Oh,
hit for hit, I'm going to kill this guy. He's dead. So if he's listening or watching, you're a dead guy. Lady Empress, if you want to see a dead body, June 14th, I got you. I'm serving them up.
Send me the link. Okay, so one more time, where people can fan and follow you.
Instagram and Twitter is at Lady Kayne, LadyKayne. Facebook, the number 1, Lady Kayne, LadyKayne. And Snapchat is LadyKayne 84. I don't do that much.
Just Lady Kayne everywhere. You'll find her. She'll come up. Such a beautiful spirit and personality. This time went by so fast. I can't believe it's almost already been like almost 30 minutes. This can only mean we have to do this again. Sometime in the future. All right, ma'am. Do you have anything that you want that coming up that you want the listeners to know about?
I will be dropping a new single. I believe I'm going to drop it. I'm Savage. I believe is, and it is not like my girl Megan Thee Stallions. My Savage is a little different. So I will be dropping that probably in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
And yeah, I have a few other things as well.
Nice. So we're gonna be looking for new music, a battle, and we're still gonna be bumping "Look Sweet" by Lady Kayne. Thank you so much for coming through Cali's Best Radio Show. We appreciate you.
Thank you. You stay safe, okay?
Yes, ma'am. You too. Thank you.
Take care.